All right, let's talk Formula One. Because for the first time in 15 years, the Drivers' Championship is going right down to the wire. We've got 3 drivers, 1 final race in Abu Dhabi, and only one of them is walking away as champion. This is going to be epic.
You know, this season has been absolutely packed with drama. But the biggest twist? It didn't even happen on the track. So, how did one little technical rule, a simple post-race inspection, completely turn the F1 title fight upside down? That's what we're going to get into.
Okay, so look at how tight this is. The championship is on a total knife edge. You've got Lando Norris leading the way with 408 points. But right on his tail is Max Verstappen, just 12 points behind. And then, get this, right behind him is Lando's own teammate, Oscar Piastri, with 392. We're talking about a situation where one tiny mistake could literally change everything.
So let's start with the guy in the driver's seat, Lando Norris. He has had the season of his life, no question. He's got the points advantage, and that first ever world championship is right there, almost in his grasp. And here's the crucial part. He is the only driver who completely controls his own destiny.
And then you've got the hunter, the 4-time champion, Max Verstappen. I mean, at one point this season, he was a staggering 104 points behind, but he has mounted one of the greatest comebacks in the history of the sport. And now, he's looking to make it five titles in a row. The only other person to ever do that? Michael Schumacher. The stakes are just incredible.
And that brings us to the ultimate dark horse, the wild card, Oscar Piastri. He's Lando's own teammate, which adds a whole other layer of drama. After a stunning return to form in Qatar, he now has a very, very real chance to just swoop in and snatch the crown from both of them. And the best part for him, he has absolutely nothing to lose.
So you're probably wondering, how on earth did it get this close? Well, the answer takes us back just a few weeks to a really shocking turn of events under the bright lights of Las Vegas.
Okay, so the race is over. The champagne has been sprayed. And then, boom, drama just rips through the paddock. Both McLaren cars, which had finished 2nd and 4th, mind you, were disqualified, a technical breach. All those points they earned? Gone, wiped out. And just like that, the entire championship landscape was completely redrawn.
So what was the breach? It all came down to something called the skid block. It's basically this plank on the bottom of the car, and it wears down when it scrapes the track. Now, the rule is there for a reason. It stops teams from running their cars dangerously low to the ground just to get an aerodynamic advantage. The plank has to be at least 9 millimeters thick after the race. And, well, McLaren's just wasn't. And you won't believe how close it was. Piastri's car failed the check by just 0.26 millimeters. Seriously, that's less than the thickness of 3 sheets of paper. It just goes to show you, in the world of Formula One, a margin that tiny, that microscopic, can have massive, multi-million-dollar championship consequences.
So, McLaren's side of the story was that the extra wear was caused by some unexpected porpoising. You know, that crazy high-speed bouncing you see on the straights. The team principal, Andrea Stella, he came out and took full responsibility. He said the breach was totally unintentional, but he apologized to Lando and Oscar for what was, let's be honest, a devastating loss of points.
Okay, so that wild disqualification is what sets the stage for this epic Abu Dhabi decider. With the points this close, let's break down exactly what each of these guys needs to do to walk away with that 2025 World Championship trophy.
The dynamic is actually pretty simple to understand. Think of it like this. Lando Norris is on defense. He's the one in control. All he has to do is finish on the podium, and the title is his. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. But for Verstappen and Piastri, it is all-out attack. They have to go for it, finish way up at the front, and then hope that Lando falters.
So, let's lay out the simplest paths to victory. For Lando, it's easy, a top 3 finish, and he seals the deal. For Max, he's got to win the race, and he needs Lando to finish 4th or lower. It's a 2-part mission. Oscar's is similar. He also needs the win, but he needs Lando to finish 6th or lower. Now, yeah, there are some other crazy point combinations, but really, this is the heart of the battle right here. It's kind of crazy, right? While all eyes are on this insane 2025 battle, the future is already taking shape. The driver market for 2026 has been buzzing, and it's really setting the stage for the next era of F1.
Because in Formula One, there's just no off-season. Not really.
The moment this season ends, the next one basically begins. You've got preseason testing for the brand new 2026 cars kicking off in late January, and then the season opener in Australia in March. The teams have got to be ready to go.
And wow, are there some big changes coming? Red Bull is making some major moves. They're promoting the rookie sensation Ishaq Hadjar up to the main team to drive alongside Verstappen. Then, they're bringing in this 18-year-old phenom, Arvid Lindblad, to their sister team. That means the fan favorite Yuki Tsunoda is shifting into a reserve role. Big shakeup.
And it's not just Red Bull. Elsewhere on the grid, the Haas team is getting a whole new look. They're rebranding after a huge partnership with Toyota Gazoo Racing. That's the first time we've seen a Toyota brand on a team name since all the way back in 2009. It's just another reminder that this F1 grid is always evolving.
But look, all of that, that's for the future. Let's bring it back to right now, because right now, it is all about this weekend. One race, one champion.
So who's got the edge? Well, F1 correspondent Lawrence Barreto thinks the numbers still favor Lando Norris. And his logic is simple. Lando's the only one who doesn't need anyone else to mess up. A podium finish, and that's it. He's the champion.
But you can never, ever count out a champion. Journalist David Tremaine makes a great point. Verstappen's form right now is just on another level. And the motivation to win a historic 5th straight title, that's immense. That Red Bull and Verstappen combination is a finely tuned winning machine, and they're rolling into Abu Dhabi with all the momentum and, frankly, none of the pressure.
So, that's where we stand. You've got the leader, Lando Norris, with all the pressure of a lifetime on his shoulders. You've got the champion, Max Verstappen, on a historic hunt for a place in the record books. And you've got the outsider, Oscar Piastri, with a golden opportunity and absolutely nothing to lose. It is perfectly poised. The question is, who is going to conquer Abu Dhabi?